Hello everyone, welcome back. It's time to tinker around in Tinkercad and do a little 3D design. So at this point you would have logged into your account. You can see I'm logged in up here. And what I want to do is create a new design. I already have some other sample designs down here that I've created, and yours will be automatically saved just like mine were. So I'm going to click Create New Design and give it a second to load up. And what we're going to look at is first what's called our work plane. This is our work plane. That's where we build everything. And to navigate around this work plane, we have a zoom in, a zoom out. We have a home button, so if I'm really zoomed out or zoomed in, I can click home and it brings me back. I also have a top view. I can rotate around, a front view, and so on. So that's one way to do it. The other way that I like to rotate around is by holding the right mouse button. Allows me to grab this work plane and drag it any way that I want. So I kind of like that. And for zooming, I like to zoom in with the mouse wheel and zoom in and out. I kind of find that is a little bit easier, but you're welcome to use any which way that you like. So what I'm going to show you is to basically create something pretty simple and easy to print to get started, and that will be, let's say, call it a nameplate or a keychain. So I'm going to get all of my items from right over here. There's basic shapes, and you can even click the down arrow, and there's a bunch of other things. But I'm going to stick with the basic shapes. I'm going to grab a box. So I just click it, and then drag it over here, and here's my box. If I rotate up, you can see it's standing right up on top of my work plane. And just like a picture, my box can be resized. So if I go to the corner, I can just drag it out. I'm going to make it about, let's say 36 by 85, give or take. And this is measured in millimeters. I can drag it around my work plane. I'm going to go back to a front view. I can see my block is pretty tall. So if I go to this little handle here, I can drag it down. I'm going to make it about 4 millimeters. That's all I really need for my my nameplate. Then I want to get some text to put on top of it. I can see some text right here, so if I click on that, I can put it right on top, like so. It's a little large, so I may want to resize it a bit. There we go. And obviously I don't want it to be called text, so I'm going to go in here. Maybe I'll put Dolan. I can put VES or anything else. The colors don't matter because we're printing on the 3D printer in one color, but just to make it easier to see, I will change it to another color. There we go. So I can move that around. And if I show you a little tour of my work plane, you can see it's pretty tall. So I may want to go in, instead of 10 millimeters, maybe make it about 6 or 7. And there it goes. That looks good. Now to make it a keychain, if that's what I want to do, I would need a little hole over here to put it in. So if I grab one of these cylinders, and I can put it over here, the only thing I see is, well, it's too big and it's cutting off part of my edge, so it wouldn't be a hole, it would actually be cutting off, and I couldn't put a chain through it or anything like that. So I need to make it smaller. So I'm going to go and resize this, maybe making it somewhere around 8 or 9 millimeters, so that looks good. And I can move it over a little bit. It's a little close to my N, so I might make my whole keychain a little bit longer. Move my hole down a little bit. Let's look at a front view. Ooh, I can see my hole's very tall. So I'm going to resize this and make it the same size as my bottom plate. So there's my hole. If I look underneath, I can see the holes there too. And I have a nice little project that can be exported and printed on a 3D printer. Now, if you got more creative, you can look at some of the different shapes that you could add to it as well, and even explore all the cool things that are here. But this is good. I should go up here and rename this. It gives you some crazy little name here, so I'm going to call it Dolan Keychain. Okay, and it saves automatically, which is wonderful. And if I want to get back to my Tinkercad homepage, I can click right over here. And that will take me back, and I can see that everything has been saved. This was the latest one. And if I want to log out, I can click a little Tinkercad robot and click log out. Now I'm all set and saved and ready to go for the next time. So good luck. Happy tinkering.